quiet seclusion of Wayland Public Library in Massachusetts to meet this man, Dr. Joseph Pompey, who's got a thing about annoying people with sound.
Hey, you. Ma'am, please wake up. No sleeping in the library.
Most people of his age don't know much about sound. The most antisocial they can get is turning their car's hi-fi up in a quiet neighborhood. But Dr. Pompey has studied sound for so long he's got letters after his name, and he came up with something a bit better.
That's not a speaker system. Now this is a speaker system.
The whole idea of his sound spotlight system is to make sure that only one person can hear him, even though they're 20 meters away.
Hey, you there. You on the laptop. Are you downloading illegal files to the library network? I hope not. Hey, you there, studying. Miss, can you hear me? I think it's time for a break. Hey, you, looking at CDs. We're watching.
Taking the mickey out of innocent readers might seem a bit childish, but there's a reason why Dr. Pompey comes here to test his kit.
A library is about the most sensitive area you can think of for background noise and generating sound that people don't want to hear. But with the audio spotlight, we can deliver sound specifically directly to people within the library without bothering the other people that are reading quietly. One of the things is we can bring in a couple of Latin dancers, send them some hot salsa music. They can dance all they like in the middle of the library to all the music that they want without bothering the other people nearby who want to sit, read, or work quietly.
The system works like this. First, your voice is transformed into high-frequency ultrasound, sound so high no one can hear it. Ultrasound is highly directional, so, like a torch, it can be pointed at someone standing a long way away. Although they cannot hear the ultrasound, it causes secondary vibrations in the air around them, and it's that sound the person hears.
So if you imagine you're in a room and I shine a flashlight at you, it's very bright for you, but it's very dark for everybody else. Much the same way, the audio spotlight creates a very narrow beam of sound that you can shine at a listener. They hear it very clearly, and it doesn't create noise that might bother other people in the same space.
It's already being used in museums, and soon Dr. Pompey hopes he'll have his system in TV sets, so that only one person in the room can hear it. The others can get on with something much more boring. But whatever its practical use is, it remains a great toy.
Hey, excuse me, miss. That's a really nice shirt you got on.
Yeah, hello. I'm here to talk about these people talking about voices in their head. And I'm wondering, including this man that just killed these 17 kids, are they using the technology that, they have available, the MK Ultra and these other techniques where they can beam waves to people, and they admit, well, it only takes 4 days to make people do what they want, because if somebody told you that they God and beaming voices in your head and then tell you exactly what you're doing, like say if you was holding 2 fingers up, they say, yeah, I see you with 2 fingers up. You'll think that this is real yourself. So I got these 2 videos that show the technique in work. So leave your comments and please subscribe right after this video.
If we upload this, you want to have the copyright. If we can get like a piece of I like it.
Hypersound is, in a nutshell, directed audio. So directed audio, in a good analogy, is a traditional light bulb basically puts light out everywhere omnidirectionally, and over distance the light gets dimmer. When you condense the light into a beam with a flashlight, the flashlight beam is brighter and the light goes further. And what we're able to do, we're actually able to do that same thing with audio, where we put audio into a beam. We control the audio into a beam and we can point it at a specific spot. And in doing so, the way it works is we're actually using ultrasound. So hypersound uses ultrasound, which is above the human audible range. And through our digital processor, we inject audio from the source. So whether that's your home theater, your TV, whatever the case is, and we inject audible audio onto the ultrasound beam, and we create audio in the air. So as opposed to creating audio at the source where it's a speaker, we're actually literally creating audio in the air next to your head. And the effect, when you hear it, when you're sitting in that beam of directed audio, it actually feels like you're wearing, almost feels like you're wearing like a 3D surround sound headset when you actually have nothing on your head at all. What we're looking at today is called Hypersound Glass, and this is a very early working prototype of our directed audio working off of a pane of glass, which is really cool because we're creating audio with glass, not with a traditional speaker. So, and what that really does is open the doors for future thinking about what could we do with this technology where we're using directional audio based off of glass. And really, we can now kind of say, well, anywhere there's glass, there's now the potential to deliver audio that way, which is a really neat thing to think about, because years down the line we can say like, oh hey, like we were the first ones to do this. This is why this matters. So think about, again, this is very far down the line, but like your TV screen could literally be your speaker. Your phone screen could literally be your speaker. The dashboard glass in your car could literally deliver a message to the driver without bothering anybody else in the car. There's lots of ways to think about why this is a really cool technology. The glass-based hypersound products are years away because, again, this is just an early working prototype that we brought for E3 because of how cool it is. We do have other prior hypersound products that are already available, both in the commercial space with regards to like retail and digital displays that use directed audio to drive consumer purchase intent, things like that. And then in addition, we also have our hearing healthcare product, which is the Hypersound Clear 500P, which uses a similar kind of ultrasound-based directional audio, but actually allows people, especially people living with hearing loss, to have a better TV listening experience, because we learned along the way that Hypersound actually lets people who are suffering from hearing loss hear the TV audio better again without having to crank the audio way up. We were just really excited to bring Hypersound Glass to E3 because it's such a cool, interesting kind of development in just audio technology. It's one of the biggest leaps in audio technology in a long time. And the first glass-based product is at the minimum a few years out. But again, we just really wanted to bring it here and show it and talk about it just because of how neat of a tech demo it is.